Hello. Have you seen this? A Christmas movie draft. Today we are drafting our favorite movies from the holiday season. Joining me today is the feisty Pisces from Northern California, Erica McMullen.
SoCal now.
SoCal now for the holidays.
SoCal now, yeah.
For the
I'm
holidays.
down in Southern California. Hello.
Welcome. Also joining us from the bowels of Southern California, the Gerber baby-faced assassin himself, Adrian Cedeno. How are we doing?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Glad to be here. I'm doing good. How's everybody feeling?
Feeling great. Our first draft.
I'm going to win.
Coming in
I
hot.
hope you guys are ready. I took
I'm
this a
gonna
little
win.
too serious. So you guys just be ready.
I put a lot of thought into my...
Are you guys doing any fantasy football? How are your teams doing? We're here at the tail end. I think it's playoffs, right?
Please shut up. I don't want to...
You guys don't want to
No,
know.
I'm doing good in one and I'm doing shit in another, so...
I am played Jimmy this week in the semifinal.
Our buddy
And-
Jimmy, to the listeners who don't know.
And I smacked him up pretty good. And it looks like, as of right now, it'll be me and Gabe Maldonado in the championship.
Well, hate to break it to you, that's the last thing you're going to win this week because I'm taking the gold. So what we're doing here is, as I said earlier, a Christmas movie draft. And ultimately, our goal here is to do various categories, and we'll do a snake-style draft, right? So the categories we have for this Christmas draft are animated film, your top animated Christmas movie, rom-com themed. There's a few of those out there. I think, Erica, you might have the leg up on this one. When I was looking at the pool, I only had seen a few. So let's see. Since we come from a millennial perspective, we wanted to do 90s nostalgia. So a movie from the 90s, holiday movie from the 90s. Then we have 21st century. What does that mean? It's come out 2000 or later, right? Then we have Christmas adjacent. So these are going to be the movies that there's the great debates about, right? Is it a Christmas movie? Is there not? Was there a Christmas tree in that scene? So these movies that take place during Christmas, but maybe aren't solely themed about the holiday. And then lastly, our sixth category is Wildcard. You can do older movies here. You can do slasher Christmas movies here. You can do a movie that qualifies for another category, but you just got to take it somewhere, so you take it in Wildcard. Questions?
Christmas
Nothing.
adjacent.
Christmas
adjacent. Are we talking like only Christmas movies, or like Hanukkah would be like Christmas adjacent to me?
Excellent question. Excellent question. 8 Crazy Nights, Adam Sandler movie, for example.
think
a
we
Hanukkah.
will.
Whoa, we're not. Don't be blowing it too early, man. Come on.
You're right. You're right.
He's like,
You're
don't
right.
give away my pick.
Number one pick. Perfect. That counts. That would count for adjacent
Yeah, I think that counts.
as well as wild card if you want it. So if you're a big Hanukkah person, which, shalom, here's an opportunity to take 2 movies and represent, right? And since this is our first draft, I thought the most fair way to decide the order would to simply take each of our initials that I have right here. You got the A here, you got the M for me, and the E for Erica. Put them in this fun Christmas hat I've got that is far too small, that I got from the dollar store. I
I love it.
did not check the size when I picked it up. I just grabbed it and
It
said,
says one size fits all.
didn't even read it. I was just in a hurry and said, this will do.
These are my stretchy pants.
So here we go. We are
Watch him
going.
pick his own name first.
Listen, I try to show you as far as possible. I'm going to take whatever I feel first. It's this one.
Wait, before you look at it, is it a specific category that we're doing first, or whichever we
No,
want to
whenever
draft
you want.
first in whatever category?
Excellent question. Any category you want when you want. So
Okay, perfect.
wanna
Cool, 'cause that'll
strategize?
change how I do things here.
there may be some challenges as far as categories that are a lot leaner than others. So yes.
Okay, I got one more question then. In that case,
Okay.
these means it came out like premiered in the 90s, or we watched it in the 90s.
It came out in the 90s.
Okay.
I mean, we can't help when you watched it, It's,
I mean, 89 doesn't work.
no,
okay.
It had to come out in the 90s. Excellent question, though. Excellent question. You might need to reserve those for the wild card. All right. Any other questions before we proceed?
No, that's it.
Number 1 is Erica. First draft pick.
Good. Then who's number 2?
Number 2 is me with this string of hair or Santa. Well, anyways, is me. Number 2. So that leaves
All right.
Adrian. Hey, 3's good. You get the turn. You get
Yeah, I get that double pick.
You get back-to-back picks. It's like that. Without further ado, Erica, what is your number
All
one
right.
pick? Overall, number 1 pick. Where are we going?
I'm going to go into the 90s nostalgia.
Okay, we're going 90s.
Yeah, and I'm going to take Home Alone.
Home Alone. I mean, excellent pick.
I mean, classic, right? So Macaulay Culkin, like one of the most hilarious child actors we've ever been graced with. Having Joe Pesci in it and then having Catherine O'Hara, like everybody, like their parts were played so well. And the fact that it still holds up to this day, like it's still funny. It's still something that everybody goes back to watch every single Christmas. To me, it is one of the Christmas movies to have.
I agree. I actually just watched Home Alone and Home Alone 2, I think
Nice.
last week. And what stood out to me is the way that it was filmed in such a practical manner. I mean, I don't even mean like the CGI per se or the lack thereof, but like the stunts, the way they did the stunts, like everything felt.
When he's sliding on the frozen lake like all the way across.
Well, that's Home Alone 2.
No, it's not. When he has the
That's one.
toothbrush and he wants to know
You're right.
if it's,
You're right. I apologize.
I don't know
Wow.
what's happening. They like it.
You got to
They
set up
like my pick.
when someone tells you you're right, fireworks just go off. That's incredible. All right.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, and another thing I noticed is the character of Marv, right? Like he went absolutely Daniel Stern, I believe is his name.
Yes,
If someone wants
yeah.
to fact check, I'm pretty sure Daniel Stern. Like what an impact he had for us as, again, millennials and our youth, and like his dedication to that role to go all out.
Yes.
What's the funniest part of that movie?
Like the fact that he called themselves the Wet Bandits was just like the best thing ever.
It's too good. It's too
it's
good.
That's my top pick.
It's got to be number 1.
That's the strong number 1.
It's got to be number 1. All right. So that comes to me at number 2. You know, I think I need to go where the pickings are slim, in my opinion. And realistically, if I didn't get this movie, I'd be doing a disservice to myself and many of people. In animated, I'm taking The Nightmare Before Christmas. Jack, Sally, rest in peace, Mr. Oogie Boogie. This movie is just so fantastic.
He was an awful creature.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to rest in peace.
Well, I meant the voice actor that played him recently passed away. That sang "Cold-Hearted," Erica. Jeez.
I'm dead. I thought you meant about Oogie Boogie.
Well, yes. He was full of bugs.
I was like, he doesn't deserve that. No, yes. R.I.P. the actor.
But I think one thing that really stood out when I've watched this almost every year is that it holds up. It's a quick, like 90 minutes. And the music in it sticks with you forever. What's this? I mean, I'd argue our podcast, seen this. What's this? You know, it's hand in hand.
The music, too. I don't know if you've ever watched, they have a bunch of like docs around that film. And Danny Elfman, who composed all of the music for that, he was just like shown like the screenplay and how they wanted it to happen. And then he built music and then they did the stop motion animation. Like it's insane. Like you said, the music alone in that is just great. And it's a great story. And, you know, even though there's some gray area with it being Tim Burton's
right.
Christmas.
Yeah, he wasn't even the director, which is really interesting, right? Because it's Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas, but he set it up that's how the title was, and the director is often forgotten to the point where I'm not remembering off the top of my head. You know what?
Henry Selick.
Erica comes ready.
I'll just say that is one of my favorite movies of all time. I can watch that even if it's not Christmas time.
Well, you get like a double holiday. You can watch it from Halloween all the way to the new year, really, you know? Absolutely.
It's a treasure.
So I had to take that as my number 1 pick. Again, that's an
solid
animated. Adrian,
that's
what's
a
you
great pick.
at the 3?
All right. Well, with you taking that animated, I guess I got to go after another strong number 1. I think it could go number 1 in any any other pick. So we'll go with Elf. I'll go with post 2000s.
Wow.
Elf came out in 2003. Will Ferrell, James Caan, directed by Jon Favreau.
Mm-hmm.
So that was that was like an instant classic, and that was one I've heard Will Ferrell in an interview say he thought that was going to be the end of his career. Like he was running around New York in this costume.
Well, yeah, that wasn't planned. Like they like wanted it to be authentic New York, and the only way you can get authentic New York is to just stick somebody out there. The guy that he runs up to in like the red like tracksuit, he's just a regular guy. He's not even like wasn't even supposed like wasn't cast or anything. Wasn't supposed to be in the movie.
Is Elf our most recent? And I say this as it's probably what you said, 2003. It's over 20 years old. Is it the most universal Christmas classic, the latest one that we've had, or would you say
my daughter watches it religiously?
Yeah,
I've seen since after the day after Halloween. It's like I've seen it 100 times.
I'm not gonna say anything because my pick.
Okay, fair enough.
Coming soon.
We'll hold back. We'll hold back.
I still get one more, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Okay, now you're gone. You're back. Hey, do not disturb mode is the best way to avoid people calling.
I thought I was in do not disturb mode.
It's all right. We're figuring it out as we go. Yeah.
Okay, so I got Elf.
Yep.
Okay.
So coming back, we'll go with 8 Crazy Nights.
Wow.
And we'll call that the Christmas adjacent.
Okay. Wow. Bold strategy.
I don't know if it qualifies as animation. As animation.
Why? It's animated.
But it's not Christmas.
Yeah, but it's adjacent. That's exactly what
Christmas
we're talking about.
Then I'll take it as animated because I got another Christmas adjacent that you guys don't want.
Good. I was gonna say, for as slim as animated is, to take it adjacent. Wow, bold. But okay, so we are going. You said animated. Excellent. Okay.
Crazy Nights came out in 2002. Yeah. That was an interesting one. Adam Sandler. And as I was looking up that movie, I didn't realize, but he had his son in it or his nephew.
Mm-hmm.
There's another Jared Sandler in there. His wife is in there.
It's his nephew because he only has daughters.
I know he does have daughters.
He's a girl dad.
Yeah.
I saw that movie once. I don't know. Didn't do it for me, but hey, good, strong pick.
I think the problem with it too is I think it came out around the time where like a lot of other good stuff was coming out, so it didn't really pop out versus the stuff that it was competing with.
I think it's just that it's not Christmas. Yeah, Christmas is theme. So that Hanukkah stuff got shoved to the side.
Holiday season. That's the thing is we got to see more stories about other holidays. I'm about it. Let's see the Kwanzaa story. Let's see Little Miss Dreidel or whatever it may be. And I don't mean any offense. I don't know.
Let's write it.
I don't think any of us have that religious experience to write that perspective. But hey, all right. So my second pick.
Be very careful.
So here's the thing. I think Christmas adjacent, I've got a plethora. Like I'd be happy with what I can get. There's one rom-com that if I don't get it, I don't know what I'm going to do because I think I like too many other ones, but there's a stronger movie out there that I don't know if I can leave on the table. So
I'm going to tell you right now, I would go with the strong movie if you think it's going to pull you over
And I don't think you guys are going to take my rom-com. Oh, man. Ooh, but that's a good one too. Okay. Sorry. With 21st century Christmas movie, I've got to take How the Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey.
That, you know what? That's a good pick.
I mean, I have to take it. Like, I just finished watching the 25-minute original animated How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And it's incredible how they expanded that to like, an hour and a half movie with Jim Carrey, who forever is the Grinch in so many people's eyes. I mean, tangent. I dated someone younger than me. And when I asked, oh, have you seen or what's your favorite Christmas movie? And they said, oh, the original Grinch. And I'm like, the animated one? Like, no, the one with Jim Carrey. And I've never felt so old. But all that to say, like Jim Carrey, the Grinch, you have an incredible cast performance. And again, the songs are great. Jim Carrey, I believe, improv'd a lot of his lines from that movie and is just the comedian of our generation. So second pick, 21st century, I'm going The Grinch. How the
That
Grinch,
is
excuse me, How the
solid.
Grinch Stole Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a solid, strong pick.
That is a solid pick.
All right. Erica,
Okay,
you
so
are
am I
up.
next?
You are.
Do I get two or just one? I don't know how this
You get
goes.
two. Yeah,
Two.
you get two.
All right. Okay. This is going to be perfect then. I'm going to go rom-com. I
Don't
think
do
you
it.
guys all know what movie I'm going to pick. Maybe. I don't know.
No, I don't know. I had a
I
hard time
gotta
with
pick.
that one.
I gotta pick The Holiday.
I knew it. Good.
Yeah, I gotta pick The Holiday. It has become such a great movie. Jude Law, Cameron Diaz, Jack Black, Kate Winslet. Great pairings as far as like romance like involved. Like the way that they did it, the way that it's just a little bit over the top with like the dramatics and the voiceover in Cameron Diaz's head and all of this kind of stuff. It has become one of the Christmas staples for women and men everywhere to watch. So, yeah, I got to take The Holiday for my
I've
rom-com.
never seen it.
Adrian's never seen it. I've never seen it. I know. So, you know, that's why I kind of knew you'd take that one, because I know that The Holiday is beloved by many
It's
people.
great.
Yeah.
I mean, I forever love Jack Black with all of my heart. So anything he's in,
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
But like I said, the pairing between him and Kate Winslet and like seeing them help each other heal, and then seeing the same thing for them, and it's during Christmas and they're
Sure.
celebrating and they don't want to leave each other. Yeah, it's great. It's the ultimate Christmas rom-com for sure.
Just because you mentioned Jack Black, quick news if you guys heard or saw the promo. Jack Black and Paul Rudd making a new take on Anaconda.
I just saw it before we got on the podcast. I'm gonna watch it. I gotta go to it.
It's definitely
so
looks like
together.
it's a different vibe than J-Lo and Ice Cube, for sure.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Sounds
And
like
like
a
the
different vibe.
worst Scottish accent you've ever heard in your life.
It's all good. Anaconda's like comfort movie. I'll put that on, fall asleep. It's great.
Right.
Okay, well, excellent pick with The Holiday. It's on my list, Erica. I'm probably gonna watch it before Christmas.
You definitely should. I
I'll
mean,
report back.
you don't even have to like rom-coms to like this movie. Like it's a feel-good movie really for everybody, but that rom-com aspect of it is just so good. Like
Yeah.
it's perfect. Okay.
So you've got so far, just to do a quick little recap, you did the 90s nostalgia with Home Alone, and now you did rom-com with The Holiday. So what is your next pick?
I'm
and
gonna pull
category?
out my wild card.
Ooh, early wild card. Okay.
I'm gonna go with Gremlins.
Gremlins. Nice.
Because while yes, everything's happening during Christmas, it's like the most chaotic fucking stupid film you've ever
Yeah.
seen in your life. Like it's so bad, but it's so great. Like that one was too, I was like sad that it came out earlier before, because like you said, Adrian, that's one that me and my brother watched religiously as children. Like we thought it was so funny. And I was hoping for that, but I put it in my wild card because, like I said, it's like that's a monster movie. Like those are little monsters, so it's like, I love that. That's a nostalgia one for me for sure. But wild card is where it's gonna go.
Yeah, have you seen it recently?
Yeah, I watched it maybe like last week or the week before. I can't remember.
That's a great way to put it. It's chaotic. One of my friends was watching it and shared a scene from it, so it helped with my research, so I didn't have to rewatch per se. But it's just so chaotic. Like it's silly.
Like there's so much going on, and like the way that they die, and like the mom murdering all of them in the kitchen. Like it's hilarious.
Do we need spoiler alerts for 40-year-old movies? No, right? Like
No.
that's fine. No, yeah, I'm just trying. Yeah. Excellent pick. Gremlins, a holiday classic for sure.
We talk about movies. They should know that they're coming in and they're probably going to hear what the plot is.
Yeah. What we can have a debate on on the pod about what's the statute of limitations for spoilers. We can dive deep into
Where's
that.
the line?
All right, so that comes to my next pick. Let's see. So I have How the Grinch Stole Christmas and Nightmare Before Christmas. You took your rom-com See, here's the thing: is like, is there a chance that Adrian knows? You know what? Stop
You're
it!
overthinking it.
Stop it
Back it
right
in.
now! I know
Way to
what
outcoach yourself.
Back it in.
I know what I need to do for my '90s nostalgia. I'm picking the film that's undeniable. It's undeniable. You have the Terminator. You have the man of many voices, Phil Hartman. You got little Anakin Skywalker. I'm taking Jingle All the Way as my 90s
Sinbad?
nostalgia. Sinbad in the mix.
Yeah.
This movie,
That's a good pick.
this movie was absolutely hilarious as a kid and maybe even funnier as an adult. When Phil Hartman, you knew where I was going. Phil Hartman's over just, oh, these cookies. It's just so good. Oh, he's in the shower. You want me to go get her? Like, it's so good. I probably watch. That's probably one that I do every Christmas season. Rest in peace, Phil Hartman. Man, he was my boy. Anytime I watch The Simpsons, and you've got him doing one of the many characters he does. It just brings a smile to my face. So, 90s nostalgia. That is Jingle All the Way. If you have not seen
That's
this
a good one.
at home, you have to watch it. It's even good for the whole family. Like, there's nothing obscene. Yeah,
There's
there's nothing
something for everybody to enjoy in that movie.
Yeah, it's a good one. So very happy with my pick. Adrian, that's you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So I'm stretched real thin with rom-coms, and so I'm glad nobody's taken any of mine yet.
But don't do it.
So I'm going to go right after it and go Four Christmases. Vince Vaughn, Reese
Wow.
Witherspoon, 2008. That's the one. That's probably one of the only rom-coms I've seen. And so I would say like that's probably one of my favorite. I'll stick with that.
But would you say it holds up to like? Is it like a Vince Vaughn? I haven't seen it, so is it? Oh, hello, Anthony. Good to see you, everyone. Yeah, there he is.
I think it holds up as a Vince Vaughn.
It's like a Vince Vaughn vibe comedy. Yeah.
Yeah, and like because it's Reese Witherspoon, right?
It is,
They
and
have
I think they
really-
complement each other right.
Yeah, they complement each other very well in that movie.
I think the only Vince Vaughn rom-com I've seen is The Breakup, and I think I first saw that just after a breakup, and I was like, oh yeah, this shit hits. This shit hits.
Bad idea.
Yeah.
And Four Christmases like The Breakup. It has similar vibes.
Oh, really?
You know?
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But a happy ending.
Yes.
And your second pick?
All right. So second pick, I'm going to go Wildcard.
Okay.
Just because I don't think you'll go with my Christmas adjacent. So I think that one's safe. Wildcard, we're going to go Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation. Excellent.
1989, but that's a go-to classic. I've got to see that. I went to church today and the pastor even brought it up in his sermon talking about Uncle Eddie that nobody invited. And I'm laughing. And I'm looking at my wife and she has no idea what he's talking about. And I thought it was the greatest. Like, I could definitely come back to church after that, hearing him talk about movies.
Just a sermon
You're
on...
like, this is what church is?
Yeah. So, that's a classic. You can't go wrong with Chevy Chase.
Just a sermon on Clark Griswold and his journeys, his adventures. Yeah, I mean, Christmas Vacation's a classic. Arguably, a lot of people say it's the best vacation movie. The original is great when they go to Wally's World. I tend to like Vegas, but maybe that's because I'm a degenerate and that's just my energy of them. Like,
maybe because like you guys always used to just do quick trips to Vegas all the time.
Like your FBI agent knows that's right. Yeah, but that's a great pick, man. The level of like humor that they were writing in the 80s with all cocaine fueled and just banger of jokes and excellent movie that still holds up.
It's like they didn't hold back. Like the cocaine really just didn't let them hold back on anything.
I don't think it was that level of a drug yet, you know? They didn't care about it yet.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was just free for all.
Yeah.
But hey, it gave us great movies. So God bless.
Right.
God bless. Okay, so those are both of your picks. You took Four Christmases and Rom-Com, Christmas Vacation, and Wildcard. So that leaves me. I have a Jason I need to do, and I have my Rom-Com. And use Rom.
You should have 3 open.
Yeah, Wildcard, Rom-Com, and
Christmas adjacent, right?
You're right. You're right. You're right. Okay. Enough stalling. You know what?
Yeah.
So you.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't see no timer. We didn't discuss timer rules here. All right. So I got some choices here. I just want to make sure I don't overlook anything. I already took this for Wildcard. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to take my Christmas adjacent movie because no one's going to take it. And, oh, no, but there's two. You know, I have to do it. You know what, Adrian? I'm going to leave it there for you. I'm going to leave it there for you. And
You're so nice.
you probably still won't take it. I got to go with my heart, if I'm being honest. And I'm going to go Eyes Wide Shut. Eyes Wide Shut takes place during Christmas. There's definitely a Christmas tree and Christmas lights up when Tom goes on his little journey through the night and ends up at the Woman of the Night's apartment. What a movie. Again, really nothing to do with Christmas other than it takes place during Christmas. But like, let's see, that came out in 1999. That was the GOAT Stanley Kubrick's last movie. He died before this movie even came out. Conspiracy theorists have at it. But he was exposing the secret society of powerful people in government, people everywhere, and these wild sex parties they would have. Topical, you think? Anyways, what a great movie for me to have seen for the first time when I think I was 10 years old when it came out. How did I see it? I don't know.
Hold on a second. Hold on. We know what our families are like. It was probably just playing in the back room somewhere, and you were just watching it.
I mean, we had
No way. He stuck around and went to go watch it on a black box somewhere.
Yes, the answer is yes to both of them. We used to have that black box where, you know, we'd get channels. It was also on HBO a lot. So I'm going to claim that's where I saw it. Dark movie, definitely mature themed.
Yeah.
One thing I'll say, watching it more recently, as a kid, obviously, but even when I was younger, the orgy scene or like the sexual aspect was so much bigger. Watching it now, like, it's really like 5 minutes of the movie. But an incredible masterpiece for Kubrick's last movie. So yeah, that's Eyes Wide Shut in Christmas adjacent. All right, Adrian, you're up.
What?
All right. So
no,
he's not. You're right. I thought we were going back the other way.
Ready to take that.
You're right. Go ahead, Erica. My bad.
Okay. I don't think either of you are going to take my Christmas adjacent movie. Or have you guys both done your Christmas adjacent movie?
Adrian hasn't.
Not yet.
Adrian hasn't.
Okay. I don't think he's going to take mine. So we're going to go up to animated. And we're going to go with Klaus.
Klaus?
Have you guys seen it? It's a Netflix original.
Like Klaus?
Yeah, but it's an animated film, and
his name is Ralph, Adrian. By the way, happy birthday, Ray Fiennes, today when we're recording on the 22nd.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
What timing?
I love that.
No one's going to understand this reference because we didn't release that recording, but we did have the clip up on the socials for those following. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it is, I will say, if you want to feel a little bit of like that heartache in there, it's kind of a heartache movie. But it's about this postman, and he doesn't really believe in Christmas, and he has to go and like serve this part of the North Pole, and it's where Klaus is. And I don't want to spoil it for either of you because I really think, especially you, Adrian, you should watch it with your kids. It's a great movie. And Michael, you should just watch it because it's amazing. But I remember the first time I watched it, and I was so impressed because coming out with any kind of movie nowadays that is an original story, it's got a good cast, like good animation, like it has you interested the entire time. And I love it. I think that this is going to become a staple for people to watch over the years. Like it's still fairly new, but I still think that like as time goes by, like people are always going to remember that movie as, oh my God, like that is such a good Christmas movie.
Excellent pick. I mean, I haven't seen it, but that was a hell of a sell.
Highly recommend it
to watch. And you said that came out just recently.
No, maybe like 2019,
Okay.
maybe
I mean,
2018, 2019.
anything post 2010 like feels recent to me. So got it.
But like I said, like it's a really unique take on the whole thing. It's
Mm,
a feel good. Like it hurts you a little bit at the end
mm,
because you're like, oh, like because you want the best for everybody, obviously. But I think it's going to become a staple in the household to
okay.
watch every year.
Excellent. That's Klaus or Claus, spelled Claus, I imagine with the K.
Yeah, with a
Klaus.
K. But I think in the movie his name is they call him Klaus.
Checks
Is
out.
it like Dutch?
Yeah, I mean
Netherlands
it's
or something?
yeah, I think so. I think they're like up in that region and stuff
Yeah.
because he's in like a forest and everything.
Maybe Poland, where Saint Nick comes from.
Oh, maybe
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, maybe
it might be.
maybe we should watch and investigate.
I'll have
There it
to.
is.
Yeah, I gotta watch it. I haven't watched it
Th-
this Christmas season
This
yet, so
this
it's on my
cycle.
list.
Yeah. Excellent. All right. And your next pick.
There's one more.
My second pick is gonna be my 21st century pick. Now, despite what you may feel about Ryan Reynolds,
Are you going for it?
Anna Faris in Just
I
Friends
knew it.
makes this movie hilarious. I die every single time. Anna Faris she is one of the comedic geniuses of our time. Like scary movie alone does her wonders. But this movie, without fail, I watch it every Christmas because if I watch like a couple like, ooh, sad, maybe feel good ones, and I want to laugh my butt off, I am watching this movie. And everybody in there like plays such a good role of just being like this over the top, extravagant Christmas, like I'm going home for the holidays and everything's gonna go wrong because
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious. And if you don't like Ryan Reynolds, you get to see him in a fat suit.
I remember seeing that when it first came out and thinking like I drank the Kool-Aid, like it worked on me. It was hilarious. It's funny.
Yes.
A lot of jokes probably wouldn't hold up the way they did then now.
No.
But my relationship with Ryan Reynolds has evolved to the point where it's like way back when in his days of like Waiting. I don't know if y'all have seen Waiting. That's like scumbaggy movie 101.
Mm,
Very funny. But
yeah.
since
He's
then,
real douchey in that one.
real bad, real bad. Like that's like a
I
niche.
think I meant more of the sense where like I think Ryan Reynolds is one of those actors that plays Ryan Reynolds in all of his movies. And it works for him because he's like kind of funny. So
And I think
people are along for the ride.
that's why Deadpool works so well, because that
Mhm.
character he is invested in because he's wanted to make a Deadpool movie for a long time, and then like
Well,
it
and
is
in
him.
the comics, I believe he even says he even says in the comics like he's a Ryan Reynolds kind of character.
Sure.
So it like ends up working out like for him. But no, in this movie, and like I said, Anna Faris is just hilarious. Like she is just one of the great comedians that we've gotten to see throughout all of her movie career, and love that. So I'm gonna pick that for my 21st century movie
That's an excellent pick.
because somebody picked How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
I mean, listen, that if that's not there after 2 rounds, we're not doing our job. You know what I mean?
Right.
And again, that was which category? Sorry,
That's gonna be
Post.
for the
21st. Excellent. All right. So that's what back to me, and I have Rom-Com and I have a Wildcard. What a beautiful place to be. Adrian, you took Rom-Com already, right? You said 4 Christmases or whatever.
I did.
You took
I
the
did.
holiday, so I don't have to worry about that being. No one's gonna take it. I'm gonna save it as my last pick. You could, I guess, someone could take it as a wild card. But you know
No,
what?
because I don't have my wild card anymore.
Does it? But Adrian does, right? Or no?
Oh yeah, Adrian.
No, I used it on National Lampoon's Christmas
Oh, that's
Vacation.
right.
Oh, you're right. This is free reign, baby. Okay, well in that case,
Hey, you're free.
I'm free to do what I want to do. Okay, well let's.
Yeah, because I only have my Christmas adjacent left over.
All right, well I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go wild card, and I'm gonna take a very new movie, if I'm not mistaken. Was it last year or 2 years ago? Last year, I believe. Last year, it came out last year. The Holdovers, Paul Giamatti's movie.
Knew you were gonna take that one.
I have to.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's, to me, the way Erica was describing Klaus is how I feel about the Holdovers. It's a newer
Yeah.
movie that does a lot of similar holiday tropes, but in an original, unique way, in a heartfelt way. The acting is incredible. Giamatti should have won the best actor
I agree
Oscar.
I don't
with
know.
you
That
there.
kid acted pretty good.
I'll agree with you there. I think he deserved that award.
No, absolutely. I mean, just acting all around in that movie was phenomenal. And I was very fortunate enough up here where I live in the Pacific Northwest, that the composer of the film actually came to a screening of The Holdover and did like an orchestra, a small orchestra of the film before the movie started. And then
That is so cool.
afterwards, they had vinyls to sell and he signed them. So I have a signed copy from the composer of The Holdovers. If I didn't draft this movie, I'd be doing everyone that worked on that movie a crime or a shame. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Officer, it's this one over here.
Yeah. So yeah, The Holdover in my wild card as my second to last pick.
Okay.
So
Solid.
now it's Adrian.
Okay, and I get my 2 picks, right? I have left. I just have 90s.
And you've got a lot of good news movies
Yeah.
that
All
are
right.
still
They're out there.
open.
I mean, I'm gonna go. I don't know how it's still there. The Santa Claus with Tim Allen, 1994. That's still a go-to. You watch it every year. It was directed by John Pasquin, so that was a really good movie. I mean, Tim Allen is one of the goats. I think he's got a Mount Rushmore of 90s comedy. He
Sure.
had Home Improvement, TV sitcoms, even after having some trouble with the law.
Before and after, yeah.
So he still has shows. I think he has a brand new show coming out
Yeah.
on TV.
Yeah.
So yeah, he is one of the goats, and that movie just makes me laugh.
If I couldn't get Home Alone, the Santa Claus was gonna be my second.
Yeah.
pick.
I don't know how it's still there.
And it birthed the franchise, right? There's what, 3, 4 of them?
Yeah,
Something
there's
like
a
that.
few
No,
of
it was
them.
like 4, I think.
4,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. All right, so 90s, the Santa Claus for Adrian's pick, and now your last pick, which is
Ooh, Christmas adjacent, right? This one, I'm just keeping it true to myself.
come on, bro. You don't take what I left you.
I'm gonna go with Friday After Next.
Oh, that's good too.
2002, Ice
That's good
Cube,
too.
Mike Epps, directed
I
by
would just like
Marcus
to say
Raboy.
that we are very blessed that Die Hard are not on any of our lists.
Yeah, yeah.
No, no. Yeah, so Friday After Next. You can't. I mean, when I was looking back at what movies I wanted to draft, this was definitely on it. How can you not get? Yeah, this is a third one. May not be the best of the Friday series, but this one was funny. Yeah, I think they get beat up and robbed by Santa Claus, and then the whole movie they go back to beat him
Hey.
up and rob him.
A lot of us got introduced to Cat Williams in that movie. And I mean, Cat
Yes.
Williams is
Pimp down.
Yeah, who was on the socials lately, Michael?
Cat Williams is blown up. He's an A-lister now. So we got introduced to him there, to say the least.
And Terry Crews.
Terry Crews. Yeah, we got Terry Crews.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, that's one thing those Friday movies did, would like cast a lot of people that were like just up and comers and like expose them to a large audience. And now they're just a part of our life, part of our psyche, That's my grandmama chain, I mean, those Friday movies are great. I might have to revisit all. I mean, they're all great. All 3 are funny.
Yeah, they're all great. They all serve their purpose.
Yeah.
So that's the number one pick right there, the team right there, the A team to beat.
Well, we'll get your recap shortly, and we'll leave it to the people, el gente. Okay, so that comes to me on my last pick, and I have Rom-Com. Okay, I can't justify it being a rom-com.
Well, what are you thinking?
Well, I mean, if it can't be drafted, and Erica, you have somewhere to draft it, I wouldn't mind it being taken, but I don't think I can convince you that Batman and Catwoman have a romantic comedy aspect.
Batman Returns.
No.
Returns.
That is not what that movie is about.
Yo, I beg to differ. I mean,
The
the
movie
movie.
does not revolve around that relationship. That's the difference.
What does it revolve around? What does that movie revolve around then? She's down
Batman.
and beaten. Well, yeah. Sure.
It's about Batman.
Listen, I won't
It's
fight
about
it.
Batman. It's about Batman defeating the bad guys. There is a subplot of romance, but it's not a rom-com.
Okay, wait, let
I
me
think
ask
that's
you.
an argument.
So would Rocky 4 be a rom-com?
No,
Because that takes
Nah.
place during Christmas,
Nah.
and it's a love story.
It's a good adjacent. That's a good
it
adjacent.
would be a good adjacent, but we're well past that now
Wow.
because
What-
we already
All right. Well, listen, I think there's an argument to be made, but I won't make it. I just wanted to mention Batman Returns was out there. I left that for you, Adrian, but Friday After Next is more your speed, so that's fair.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to take the rom-com that apparently no one talks about. Came out in the 90s. I don't know why I like it so much. It might be the Jessica Biel of it all, but I'll Be Home for Christmas with Jonathan Taylor Thomas, Jessica Biel, and a few other guys that you'll recognize. Have either of you seen this?
I don't think I've seen that movie.
Wow. Jonathan Taylor Thomas is dating Jessica Biel. He doesn't
I
do
have
well.
not seen that movie.
And he gets like stranded in the desert,
Correct. So
trying to get home to her.
His
Yes.
college people put him in a Santa outfit, strand him in the desert, and he's got to get home in time to get a Corvette for Christmas because he keeps letting his family down with false promises. Meanwhile,
So a Corvette is supposed to magically make everybody happy.
Yeah. Well, that's part of the message by the end. You know, well, again, no spoilers to a 30-year-old movie, but this movie always sticks with me. I think it's fun. It's very much family oriented, and I think some of the scenes that happen are classics. Like you remember them going to the orphanage with stolen goods to give out to the sick kids. Santa costume, like we talked about. So I'm going to go with I'll Be Home for Christmas as my final pick in rom-com.
Got it. Solid.
Yeah, thank you.
Too bad you guys are gonna lose.
Okay, let's hear it. What's your last pick?
Okay, now I highly doubt that either of you, because I have a Christmas adjacent. I'm not sure if any of you have heard of this movie, but got a very, very star-studded, very, very young Sandra Bullock. While you were sleeping.
We're sleeping. Sure.
Yes.
Wow.
And it's not just a Christmas movie. It goes through Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and then after New Year's. So that's where I get my Christmas adjacent. But this is also one that if you have not seen, highly recommend.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's funny for every single person you have in your family. Like there's something for everyone in this movie. It's like during the Christmas time, during Thanksgiving is obviously like when spoilers, so mute, when her fiance is in the coma and they're having Thanksgiving, just the small conversation that they're having at the dinner table is just, it's so typical family. Like that is exactly, like it's so realistic. Like that is exactly what a family would be discussing at the dinner table is how tall is Cesar Romero, and like they go on a tangent and it goes all crazy, but it's a feel-good movie. It's definitely a holiday movie. I wouldn't say it's just a Christmas movie. It's definitely a holiday movie. But While You Were Sleeping with Sandra Bullock, I think stands the test of time. I watch it every year. I love it. Love it.
Correct me.
Erica went hard. She
cast.
went real heavy with the rom-coms. You know, she went 3 rom-coms and
They're
3
good.
different categories.
They're good, and everybody watches them every year.
That's what we need, that diversity, though. You know, we need champions for every movie. Remind me, Erica, isn't that when, he's in a coma and she doesn't know him, but he wakes up to her and she just goes along with being the fiance or something, right?
Well,
because that's not
Because he's loaded, right?
Because that's not creepy.
Yeah,
That's not creepy at all.
Well, the mishap that happens is that the nurse hears her say, "Oh, I was gonna marry him," but it's just some guy she daydreams about because she sees him at the train station.
Who hasn't been
And she's like, "Oh, this is her fiance," and she's like, "What are you talking about?" Yeah, and then it's just like this crazy family ride of like a kooky family thing. It's really funny, and like I said, it's for everyone. Like everybody can enjoy that movie.
Excellent. While You Were Sleeping in, what was it again? Adjacent.
That's my Christmas adjacent.
Excellent. So let's recap then. So Erica, maybe you can go with your team and what category each picks in.
Perfect. So for animated, I did Klaus. For rom-com, I did The Holiday. For 90s nostalgia, I got Home Alone. For the 21st century, I did Just Friends. My Christmas adjacent was While You Were Sleeping. And my wild card is Gremlins.
Strong.
That's strong. That is so strong.
But not strong enough because
not at all.
I got in my first pick Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas in animated film. I then went strong again and took How the Grinch Stole Christmas in 21st Century,
Solid.
followed by arguably maybe the most fun movie I picked in 90s nostalgia, Jingle All the Way. Then my Christmas adjacent is Eyes Wide Shut, not a family movie, another reminder. And then lastly, or excuse me, not lastly, second to last, in Wildcard, I took The Holdovers, sorry.
Holdovers.
And for Rom-Com, I took the JTT Jessica Biel classic, I'll Be Home for Christmas. Winning team.
Mine better.
Winning team. Go ahead, Adrian. What do you got?
I think we just got better as we progressed, and the best is last.
Let's hear it.
We got, my first pick was strong with Elf. That was my post 2000, my 21st century pick. So Elf, and then I went Rom-Com 4 Christmases. And then we did, 8 Crazy Nights for animated. That was a strong pick. Adam Sandler, you can't go wrong. And then for 90s, classic Santa Claus, Tim Allen. I did my wild card as National Lampoon's Chevy Chase, Christmas Vacation, and Christmas adjacent, Friday After Next.
That's good.
That's strong, guys. You guys, I got all types of people in that one.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got everybody.
Excellent draft choices. Do you guys have any that are on the bubble that we didn't draft? I know we talked about Batman a little bit.
Yes.
Batman Returns. Go ahead.
Sorry if you hear screaming. There's football going on in the front row.
Important.
Getting aggressive out there. For the wild card, I was so surprised that neither of you picked Edward Scissorhands.
I watched that today. I rewatched
Did
that today.
you?
I did.
Another Tim Burton movie.
Yeah.
So the first 15 minutes of Edward Scissorhands, if you told me this is the live action, yeah, you agree, you're FBI agent again. If you were to tell me that Edward Scissorhands was the live action, there it is, was the live action remake of The Nightmare Before Christmas, I would believe it. Like that opening scene and the first few minutes,
Yeah.
similar vibes, which it's no surprise with Tim Burton and Danny Elfman. But yeah, a good movie, very unique, very one of a kind for sure, to say the least.
I got 3 movies that we didn't even touch on that we have to mention A Christmas Story,
Sure.
1983, that's a classic. Like, everybody's sticking their tongue to a frozen pole. That came from there. Like,
Controversial
everyone
opinion.
after that.
I hate that movie.
Wow.
You hate that movie?
I hate that movie. And it's something about the dad that bothers me that I
The
feel like
best
he's
part.
just not a...
Fragile. We are fragile with that. You can't be talking about him like that.
Okay, so that's one. What else did you got?
Okay, so Christmas Chronicles. It's Kurt Russell as Santa Claus, 2018. That was a really good take. I really appreciated that take. My kids really liked that take.
And then having Goldie Hawn as Mrs. Claus at the
Mrs.
end.
Claus. That's it was nice. I brought it all back. Let's see. There's a new one out with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
I'm
called
out.
Red One.
I'm out.
Did you watch it?
Michael,
I liked it.
knew we
I
were
liked
good
it.
friends. I
It
can't
was an interesting
stand
take. It's
Dwayne
like-
The Rock Johnson.
It was a good take. I really appreciated the reindeer. They were big, majestic, female. It was yeah. So
And you better
have you guys
remember
not
it,
seen those
that
memes?
it's women that carry that freaking
Yeah.
sleigh.
Yeah.
So there's those memes that the women are all like, the male reindeer lose their antlers in winter, so he's pulled by women.
I love it.
Like, yeah, cool.
It
Naturally.
was just the delivery of that. It caught me off guard.
It was so funny.
That was good. That was good. Okay.
There's another one too that for animated was my because I had Nightmare Before Christmas up there too, just in case one of you had taken Klaus. I really didn't realize you guys hadn't seen it. I'm telling you, it's such a good movie. I really hope you watch
I'll
it.
check it out. Yeah.
But A Charlie Brown Christmas, I love that one. I watched every year. I was sad that I couldn't take it, but I really did like Klaus.
It's amazing how
Polar Express.
Polar Express
Polar Express was another animated one.
on the Charlie Brown piece, like that Charlie Brown Christmas music is just ingrained to the season. Like
Right?
it's just Christmas music. Like it's
Mhm.
man. Here you go. Does your daughter, who is 6 years old, Adrian, does she know about Charlie Brown? That's not a thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's seen it. Right around Thanksgiving. I'm sure she's seen like a
Sure.
clips of it in there while it's in the
Commercial.
background, but
Something.
she doesn't pay attention to it.
Man, no Snoop. Snoop-a-loop.
I had another one too for First Century. Have you guys seen the movie A Night Before or The
No.
Night Before?
Like
It's
KNIGH.
with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Anthony Mackie, and Seth Rogen, and they were childhood friends.
Yes.
And they go out the night before Christmas and just get fucked up.
It's like the
And
Hangover, but Christmas version.
yeah, but
Interesting.
like they're all like all three of them by themselves are funny, but then in this movie, oh my god, like there was a close second to Just Friends.
Yeah, that's a good movie. I did see that one. That one made me laugh too. That was funny.
So a movie we haven't mentioned that is on IMDb the #1 Christmas movie is, a movie that when you say Christmas, you've seen these clips, even if you haven't watched the movie. It's a Wonderful Life with our boy Jimmy Stewart. I watched this for the first time today in preparation for our draft to see this is everyone's Christmas movie. This is it, right? Yes, I know it's a blind spot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of blind spots. I'm looking forward to discussing some of these blind spots and watching them. But with The Wonderful
Oh, yeah.
Life, it took a while. Like the first half of the movie, I was worried like, has everyone lost their shit? Like this movie's not that
This
great.
sucks. Yeah.
It really took a minute to like get things going.
They had us in the first half.
But the way they landed the plane with the story and the feels and all that was really good. It kind of rubbed me the wrong way that like the story starts with him going after a married woman and then like cut to the next scene. Now they're married. And it's like, oh, this is fine. No big deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to mention that because I think we would get yelled at if we didn't at least mention that movie. And then just one other one I wanted to mention that we didn't touch on. And there's two of them. There's two Muppets Christmas movies. Very Merry Muppets Christmas, and then you have the Muppets Christmas Carol, which is the better film. I think Jason Segel did that one. Really good interviews going around right now, actually, with Jason Segel, and he always talks about the importance of the Muppets. And
He's my favorite funny guy.
he's like real. You know what I mean? He's very
The Jasons in Hollywood, they got it going on.
When we get to our regular pod and we draft people after review, we'll have to keep in mind to take the Jasons from you. But
we have to have like your favorite Chris, your favorite Jason,
right,
and like something else. Like we'll have to come up with a couple names.
But yeah, I think outside of that, I watched Scrooge today. I was on a heater today, just watching Christmas movies. I watched Scrooge
Another 80
with Bill Murray,
1988. Yeah, Bill Murray.
Very adult themed. There's titties all around in this movie. I was not expecting that. Very 80s again, very 80s driven NBC SNL cast. But it was fun. It was fun. It was a good movie. Had a good time. Oh, sorry. Last one. I promise. Just because another one I just saw today. I swear I woke up and just watched Christmas movies. Trading Places with Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy. I'd never seen it before and thought it was time. It is funny. It is quite racist to like it really goes for it. Again, it was a different time. We're in a better place now, but it definitely had some funny moments to see early Dan Aykroyd. I don't know if I've ever seen him younger outside of SNL.
Right.
But he looks so young in that movie. And what a cast. Like if you rewatch that or you watch that for the first time, there's going to be so many people that you recognize from other movies in this one.
It cracks me up because it's probably everybody back then was a little bit more affordable.
Yeah, that you can do movies like this, just, a regular.
Like just huge star-studded cast,
Yeah, we don't get that now unless it's a Marvel Endgame situation.
Right.
But yeah, any other movies we missed? Anything else you guys want to touch on before we wrap it up here?
I think we're good.
We're good?
Although there is a movie.
Bad Santa.
Bad Santa. We didn't talk about
Bad
Bad Santa.
There is a movie that just came out and it's on Hulu. And it's about these kids who misspell Santa and they put Dear Satan.
I almost watched it.
And Jack Black is Satan. Again, love that man. He could do no wrong.
Did you watch it already?
No,
Okay.
I'm going to watch it tomorrow, I think. Yeah.
Excellent. We'll report.
It's called Dear Santa, but they misspell it. It gets sent to Satan and he is Satan. But he like comes and like kidnaps the kid and they do like a bunch of fun things together. Like it looks hilarious.
Importance of spell check. Excellent.
Right.
Well, that is our draft. We will be posting up the results here, or not the results, the conclusion of our draft.
Team right here. Best team right here.
We'll leave the voting up to the masses.
See what I can do here.
All of our listeners will just decide who won the draft.
Vote for me.
And then we haven't really talked. She loves the heart snap. We haven't really talked about it, but for future orders of draft, we can continue to do like a name or whatever, or whoever lost last place on the previous draft, we can have be first. But we can figure that out.
For the loser.
Thank you for listening to this bit of Seen This. We'll talk to you guys soon.